This is one of those videos where I decide to get very personal with you all. I believe at this point, right about now, you all know that I champion myself in this channel with being a polymath, a generalist, having multiple interests, pursuing to understand all things, knowing that we will not, but just having that knowledge, super intelligence. Why? Because I believe there is no other way of effectively enduring that long, grueling process of becoming the ultimate version of yourself. It's a lifetime commitment, and a lifetime commitment of consistent growth requires constant learning always, instilling skills, equipping yourself with skills, that high demand skills where eventually other people will be willing to pay for you for. I honestly feel a connection with most of my viewers though, because I believe the people who are watching these videos, the people who are watching my videos, the people who are subscribed to my channel, who's reading my work, I believe we are a lot of the same. And what I mean by that is I don't think anyone is watching or subscribed to this channel if they don't have a big vision, visualizing themselves of becoming their ultimate version of themselves. However, some of us faces bad days and we get stuck and we may throw in the towel, or at least feel like doing it. With me thinking about that may being the case, I decided to hop on and do this video for you, to tell you to don't ever think about quitting. You went too far now to quit. You may be facing a divorce, your doctor may give you bad news, you probably flunked out of school, you probably can't handle your children, you probably are about to get evicted, you probably can't pay your bills, your car probably got towed, repoed, I don't know. You might have just got out of prison, or you might be on your way to prison, I don't know. But we all have these demons and different levels of trauma that we all are facing right now. I am not going to go deep into why that may be the case. That is a different video for a different day. But what I am going to say is there's still breath in your lungs. You're still alive. You woke up today. Do not give up on yourself. You give up on yourself, you be giving up on your life. Do not start feeling sorry for yourself. Do not pity yourself. Keep pushing yourself. Keep going. Never quit. Keep working. Keep learning. And keep moving forward. Now, you may move backwards sometimes. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to reverse engineer to effectively move forward. Maybe sometimes moving forward isn't always a good thing, because we can achieve and receive certain things that we do not deserve. This is why whatever hell you are going through, whatever hardships is tormenting you, just go through it and just keep moving forward. Don't stop. I am here for you. If you ever need counseling or someone to vent to, I am an open ear. I am offering that because I need you to be better. Why is that the case? Because the more people who are obsessed with being better, the better this world becomes. And the more people that I contribute to being better, into gaining and building more wealth for themselves, the better that is for me. So this system is not a zero-sum game. I add value to you, you add value to me. You add value to me, I add value to you. I am only talking to the people who wants to change. If you don't want to change, then this channel is certainly not for you. Or maybe it is, because we all need to change and transform and be better. And so really, if you don't want to change, and I'm talking in this channel is about transformation, and reach an ultimate version of yourself, perhaps it actually is for those people who don't care about it. Because regardless if you think it's needed or not, it is a fact. It is true that for us to become better human beings, for our world to be better, for all of us to live and prosper on, the more of us transforming, evolving, the better. But if you aren't trying to change, you aren't mature enough to realize that. And you aren't mature enough to realize this channel is for you. So, however, I am mainly talking to the people who want to change but is tired of the process. They are tired of going through the process. They know they want to change. They know they want better for their lives. They know they want more money. They want more income. They want more wealth. They just want everything in their lives to get better, but they're tired of going through that long, grueling process. It gets frustrating. It's irritating. It is not an easy road to go down. It's not an easy road to go down. And you are and sometimes you question yourself, you question your reality, and you're just like, why? What the hell? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Is this even going to work? Am I even doing the right things? Yes, you are, because you want to get better. You are just in the process of figuring it out. That's the whole point. If you already knew, it would already be here. You're figuring it out. You're finding it out. You're exploring. So if you give up now, everything you did up to this point was pointless. You are still breathing. Have enough faith in yourself that your rest of your life will be the best of your life if you never quit. But just know this, that if you do quit, you know for a fact that it isn't going to happen for you. So just keep going, keep powering, just keep figuring things out, keep developing these skills. And the more you do that, the more you can test and apply, test. And then you're already proving to yourself already. Your past self is already proving to your future self if you keep in that process. So for now, if anyone who watches this video, if you feel like quitting while you are working on something big and meaningful, if life is trying to keep you down, just give me a shout out and I'll be there for you. I don't care what I'm doing or where I'm at. I'm in the business of human development, which means I'm in the business of finding the truth and presenting it to you. But I cannot be successful in doing that if I lack the ability to listen to others' pain. I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. I've done some videos when I talked to you about contemplating suicide and me nearly facing death, but I'm still here. I'm living proof. I'm living and I'm practicing what I am educating. And right at this moment, doing videos and building businesses for you and ultimately for myself. I am not going to tell you to do something that I have not already done and doing and practicing and living in that culture. Have low expectations when dealing with people. Do not have all these high expectations when dealing with people. They will disappoint you. Learn how to deal with yourself before dealing with others. Have you ever started a relationship with a person and started to go down an entire list of things that you demand and the relationship didn't last? Or if that person had enough common sense and self-love for themselves, it probably didn't even start. Why? Because how high are the demands for yourself? How high are the expectations of yourself? Keep your demands with dealing with other people low while the demands of dealing with yourself is high. I'm not saying to not have any demands. I'm saying to keep them low. The higher the demands of yourself, the greater the individuals who just marinate around you. Keep your expectations low with other people and the higher for yourself. People will witness how you move, how high your demands and expectations of yourself will be, and they will not be comfortable being in your presence. Those are the type of people who you want to filter out of your life. The more honest you are, the more dishonest people will remove themselves from your life. The more authentic you are, and the more you become yourself and loud with it, the more people who are not that will just move along and away from your presence. So this means your message is getting clearer. Your true authentic self is starting to expand. Out with the old, in with the new. This video is very organic. I am making this video for those who want to do things and they feel like they can't. They feel like they shouldn't because they don't qualify or they have no credits, etc. Forget all that. Please, just do it. So this whole video is just encouraging you all to just do whatever compulsion you have within yourself. Just go out and get it done. Just start. Don't even focus on getting it done. Focus on starting it and not quitting. And I've talked about the type of people that you should have in your life, and I talked about, you having high expectations for yourself and you having low expectations for other people. You having high demands for yourself and low demands for other people, because I want you to hold yourself accountable, and I want you to I want you to stop looking at other people as objects of your love and as objects of your needs. It is your responsibility to love yourself, and it is your responsibility to give to yourself what your unfulfilled needs are. You can ignore it. Yes, you certainly can. You can go your entire life ignoring it. But you're going to keep facing conflicts. You're going to keep facing conflicting errors. And eventually, the more you keep doing that, you are just going to self-destruct. So, here's an analogy for you. I think I mentioned in my previous videos that not only am I a writer, but I'm a writer. You all know that, but I write screenplays and I write stories. Screenplays. I act as well. And one of the processes, one of the things when you're an actor or when you're a screenwriter, when you're writing for character, when you're writing a character-driven plot, a character-driven story, conflict is always in the center of that, and conflict is always in the center of our lives. And the character, they have something that they want. They have a desire. It's like every single character in every single Hollywood movie has a desire. They have something they want. It is one of an actor's strategies, I guess you can say, that you're always supposed to be thinking in your mind. What's moving the character? What's moving you as the actor? Always supposed to be thinking in your mind, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Larry Moss, he's a well-renowned acting coach in Hollywood. He coached Leonardo DiCaprio and some other actors. I can't remember their names, but he's a very, very popular acting coach, a very well-respected acting coach. And in his book, he has a book called The Intent to Live. And one of the acting exercises in that book, he says that be obsessed every single day throughout the day, every day throughout the entire day. I want you, as the actor, to keep saying in your mind, what do I want? 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 Etc., etc., etc. Keep saying that. Be obsessed with that as an actor. Because that's what you need to be saying. That's what you need to be instilling in your subconscious when you're in this story. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Now here's the catch. The writer, a great writer, they know what the motives of is that character, the psychological aspect of that character's desire, because they wrote it and they're acknowledging it. And then, but boom, that character is pursuing what they want, and it could be a self-destructive thing. It could be something that's not meaningful at all, but it's meaningful to that character. But because of that character's unfulfilled needs, that character has not been tending to, they're not focused on their needs. That character is focusing on what they want, what they desire, and they will in a great story face conflict. Boom. And then they keep going. That whole entire movie, more than likely, is what is that character going to do to get to what they want? They may get what they want or they may not. Now, here's the catch. The brilliant stories, the character will change. The character will transform. Now the character is going to stop looking for external things to serve its unfulfilled need. Now, in some stories, the character may change for the better, the character may change for the worse. Some characters could be good and they can change for the worse. It just depends on the story. But the point I'm making is that when that character sometimes, when they change, their desires change. And not only sometimes does their desire change, sometimes they may not even want anything anymore because now they are tending to their unfulfilled needs inside of them internally. So what I'm saying is, it's pretty much everything what I've been saying in the beginning of these videos, in all of my videos, pretty much, in so many different ways, in so many different words. Tend to your unfulfilled needs and practice self-love. The more you do that, the more you're just going to keep going down that road, that long, dark road, you know, of going to get what you actually truly desire. Now, if what you truly desire, if it's something that's meaningful for you and just meaningful in general, you know, it's just going to make the path more meaningful. And when you reach to that, when you actually receive what it is that you want, desire, it's just going to make it so much more meaningful. You're going to appreciate it so much more. So, self-respect, self-love, self-reliance, self-discipline, self-control, those things are very, very important, significant. So I just want you all to just really be obsessed with focusing on that. No, not so much of what you want. Now, I'm not saying having desires is wrong. We all have desires. We all have infinite desires. But tend to your needs first. Tend to your needs. When you tend to your needs, that path is going to be so much more simple. You're going to have so much more clarity. So I mean, I'm not in the best situation right now, but I'm doing it. I'm going through that long, grueling process. Sometimes I wake up and I just say to myself, and I'm just being very organic with you guys right now. I'm just talking, really. Sometimes I'll make videos like this. I'll just be organic and I'll just talk. I'll just talk and just check in with y'all. And just, because sometimes I think just being vulnerable is very important, you know, and being honest with yourself is important. But I wake up sometimes in the morning and I have all these different random thoughts in my mind and all these things that I'm going through. And I know if I keep living that these problems that I'm facing now are not going to be that big later on in the future. I'm more than likely in time will get over these problems. So I cannot pity myself and allow myself to melt in my current problems that I'm facing right now. No problem should ever be bigger than you. It will be bigger than you if you allow it to hinder you and to overtake you and to keep you from your good habits that you should be instilling within yourself. I know it hurts. Embrace the mundane. I did a small short when I talked about embracing the mundane. Embrace the mundane. Right now is not pleasurable. Right now it hurts. I know it does. I know you want to quit. I know you're saying to yourself, this is not pleasurable. Why in the hell am I doing this? But no pain, no gain. So cliche, but it's very true. When you're going to experience the pleasure. Now it just depends on what type of pleasure we're talking about here. Are you getting that cheap dopamine shot? Are you just going to be masturbating all day and just watching a porno? Or are you going to wait till you meet that person that you, and not just masturbating or watching porno, or just having sex with just anybody, or just having meaningless sex with people? Or are you going to wait, reserve yourself, go through that long, grueling process until you meet somebody that you actually truly love and share those precious moments with that individual? It is the same exact thing. That analogy is the same exact thing when you are going through that long, grueling process of building and developing and instilling value to yourself. Because at the end of the road, really there is no end of the road. It just keeps going. You just keep getting better. That's the thing. Growing and getting better it never stops. You want to create a habit. The purpose of a habit, in the Atomic book, I think this book is called Atomic Habits. In that book, it pretty much says like a habit is no longer a habit if you stop doing it. So you want to get into that habit of consistently doing it all the time, every single day. So I came up with this mantra, with this acronym called OCGEE, and it's part of my other brand business that I'm building called Growth. And OCGEE stands for OCGEE. It stands for obsessive, consistent growth every day, every morning, every time. I know it sounds kind of weird, but if you really think about it, it's very meaningful, because we are going to be obsessed with consistently growing, transforming, evolving, developing every single day, every single moment, every single time in our minds. So whatever we're facing, like Jesus Christ said to his followers, he said that you're going to pick up your cross and you're going to walk with me daily. That to me is OCGEE. It's not going to always be easy. It's not going to always be simple. It's not going to always feel good. It's not going to always have a stimulation. It's not going to always be pleasurable. It will eventually, on the other side, when you keep growing and keep getting better. It's like when you're a parent and you going through hell raising your children, and then you see your children starting to graduate and they get an award, or they scored a touchdown, or they hit a home run, or they won the talent show, or whatever, or now they're a famous actor, or whatever, or they just got drafted to the NFL. You as that parent, there is nothing more proud. You are probably the most proudest person on earth, because you sat there and witnessed the entire process of your child growing and your seed growing. This right here, this business, this skill set, this drawing, this painting, the computer that you're building, whatever, that is your child. That is in the process of you building that, creating that, molding that, refining that. When you keep spending time with it, going through that long dark road, eventually you are going to be like that parent who just experienced their child getting drafted on draft day to the NFL or NBA or whatever, or even just graduating. It doesn't have to be something that extravagant. It can just be graduating from high school. You are now you feel the pleasure. You feel the joy. Because now it's not just pleasure, it's joy, it's fulfillment. And these moments, though that emotions, they're not even feelings, they're emotions. They're sustainable. See, that's the difference between chasing a cheap dopamine shot, frivolous things, because it's just a quick fix. It's not even an emotion, it's a feeling. Feelings will kill you if you let it. They can drive you for the better, or they can kill you. If you're just focusing on just feeling and not sustainable emotion, you're going to die. Your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul wants to survive. It wants meaningful life, renewable life. And you can only feed that if you are enduring long, grueling, meaningful activities, habits, in the process of it all. But if you don't want to go through it, go on, do whatever you want to do. Go party, go out and have sex with people, go out and indulge in bullshit, bull crap. Go eat the honey buns, sit on the couch all day, watch Netflix. When you get off your 8-hour shift, you wanna freaking justify and rationalize. Oh my God, I've been working all day. I've been working a 12-hour shift. I should just sit down and just rewind, just relax, and just watch Netflix, watch the movie, whatever. Why do I don't need to write. I don't need to draw. I don't need to play the violin. I don't need to listen to classical music. I don't need to do that. Why would I just got off work. Fine, do it. Nobody's stopping you, do it. But if your life is shit, and your life will become more shit, become worse, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Nobody. Nobody, nothing. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care if you're married, whatever. I don't care how big your family is. I don't care. There's no excuses. Because at the end of the day, you may be right. You may be right for the sake of your betterment. Okay. Nobody is saying that, yeah, having a huge family is hard. Yeah, of course. Of course it's costly. Of course it's going to be harder to build a business and you have a whole family. Okay, you're right. At the end of the day, you're still not going to get anything. You're still not going to matter. You're still not going to have any value. So just because you're right, it doesn't mean that your life is going to get better. So stop rationalizing. Figure it out. If you want, I don't care what you have, where you are. I don't care if you're living in a sewer. It doesn't matter. Even if you are the victim, life doesn't care. The world doesn't care. That's the reality of it. You have to stop pitying yourself, feeling sorry for yourself. And you're like, yeah, you may be the victim. Understand and recognize your reality. And it's being like, I don't care if I'm the victim. What I care about is proving that maybe I be the victim, but I don't care about me being the victim because this problem is not bigger than me. No matter what life throws at me, it's not bigger than me. I am going to prove to myself that any situation I'm in, I am bigger than it, and I will overcome it by showing that any hell that faces me, any evil that faces me, I will become better. More problems, more better. That's what I'm trying to explain. So these videos and my writings and soon to be website that I'm currently building right now. I'm building a website, for you guys to just to go to and have one area where you can go to. You don't have to go to X or LinkedIn or Facebook. I want to create one big hub headquarters where I'm putting all my projects, everything on, where you can see everything that I'm building, the books that I'm writing, the websites that I'm building, everything, just everything I'm doing. It'll all be right there. You will be able to just see it. Okay, and so in the different products that I am going to release, these are all just proof of me just doing it. I'm not in the best situation, but I don't care. I'm doing it like I am in the best situation. That's what I mean. So you know that when I do get in a better situation, or so-called the best situation, I don't think there will ever be a such thing for me as the best, because I don't think anything will be the best. I just think it will just be better. There's always going to be something that can be better. So I'm not even going to say it's the best. I would just have better things, a better lifestyle. And it's going to keep just getting better. Because I'm going to keep just figuring it out. I'm going to keep moving till the day I die, So, yeah. Just a random thought. I mean, I hate these gatekeepers. And they are quite manipulative and persuasive. What they tell you is that, and I'm making a point, and I'm talking about gatekeepers. I kind of switched the ball here, but it's going to what I'm talking about. Because I know that when you're actually going through something and you're trying to build something, and you're trying to get involved in something, that is barriers, and it's these gatekeepers that can probably keep you from getting there. And what they tell you is that, they can just use these manipulative words such as, oh, you need credits to do this. You need to learn to do that. You have to master such and such before starting. You need experience, etc., etc., etc. You need to know certain people and they need to know you before you do this. Who do you think you are to build this business? Who do you think you are to write that book? You need some prerequisites to do that thing. You need to go to college. You need to go to school. You need to get this degree. Forget all that. I am telling you, none of that stuff is a prerequisite to get to where you want to go. None of it. Your experiences are the prerequisites. You, in the act of doing and absolutely never quitting, is the prerequisite. After that, You standing on your principles and being adaptable and learning from your experiences, mistakes, and becoming a master learner and mastering the skill set of figuring it out is the prerequisite. You going through hell. You just waking up every single day and you just facing your toxic boss and you dealing with your children, you dealing with your husband or your wife and you arguing every single day, but you still figure out how to get up every single morning an hour before, or you wake up or you stay up an hour later and you just keep doing that. That's the prerequisite. There's nothing more honorable than a person who's going through hell but still just finds no excuses but to just still do the damn thing. I meet people like that. You are the most credible person in the world. Because I'm like, you went through hell, but you're still doing it. I enjoy people like that. I endure people like that. I yearn after people like that. So many of these people who are telling you these things aren't telling you the entire story. They telling you what they know. What you want to hear. They aren't showing you the struggle and the process of what it took for them to get there. And some of them probably made it through nepotism. So they probably wouldn't even know. You are enough. Everything that you need is within you. Just start and do. Keep doing. Just simple as that. Just keep doing it, no matter what. Just show up, start, do. Not even in that order. I'm actually writing a book called The Do Effect and building a project named Getting Started. And I go a bit deeper into this, but you may have some wonderful goals and visions and just don't know where to start and feel the resistance of life. And you can only overcome that by just being willing to fail and just do it. God bless. That's all I have right now. And just do it. Just do it. Endure the process. That's your red pill in this video. You all have a great day.